Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Dr. Amel from City Skin Clinic, and today I thought I'd share with you guys my top tips for taking care of dry skin and getting smooth, hydrated, radiant skin and glowing. I think this is something that is actually a lot of us are suffering from now. Even I, who tends towards kind of combination skin, I'm noticing my skin is feeling a bit drier, and it's just because of the winter. It's being indoors with the heating on, that can take its toll on your skin. So these are the kind of my top tips and recommendations for things you can do now to get rid of dry skin without irritating it, and get really nice, smooth, glowing skin. So before I start, if you're new to our channel, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you're returning to this channel, hello, welcome back. If you are interested in finding out more about skincare and how to build your own personalized skincare routine, I've left a link below to our Skin Routines website. It's a great place to start, whether you're a beginner or someone who already has a skincare routine and you're looking to boost it. So, what is dry skin? So normally we think of skin as being oily, dry, or combination. This is a slightly simplistic way of looking at it, but as a general rule, dry skin tends to produce less oil. It tends to be a little bit more sensitive. It is tends to have very fine pores, but you are more likely to see lines and wrinkles on dry skin. It may be accompanied by kind of a dull complexion, and it's something that if you normally suffer from dry skin, it can get worse. Or if you're someone that, like I said, like me, with combination skin, you may end up with areas of your face that feel drier than usual. And dryness in the skin is exacerbated by things like the weather. It can also be made worse by a lot of the things we do to our skin, which is why I thought this video would be really useful, just to give you tips on what to do and what to avoid, just to make the most of your skin. So there are some sort of top things to do or to avoid when you have dry skin. So number one, you really need to avoid things that contain alcohol. These will dry up the skin even more. So in terms of skin products, really avoid that. Avoid also, if possible, things like physical exfoliants. I mean, everyone should avoid them, but particularly for dried skin. So I'm talking about kind of fruit pit scrubs. I'm talking about sort of polishes that have something physical in them that removes dead skin cells. Whilst these may feel amazing after you've done it, these particles can actually cause micro tears and injuries in the skin, which can lead to things like hyperpigmentation. It could lead to lines as well in the long term. And the other thing that you want to avoid is things that are going to strip any kind of oils away from the skin. So avoid anything that's specifically designed for oily skin. So let's start, like all good things, at the beginning. So in terms of washing your face and cleansers, if you have oily skin, look for a hydrating and an emoliating cleanser. So please stay away from soap and things like that, because these can dry up the skin more. What you want is something, if you wear makeup, use a cleansing balm. These usually are creamy, and you put them on to kind of a face that's wet, massage them in, and then you wipe them off and wash your face. And what they do is they use a kind of an oil-based product to cling onto dirt, and it really leaves the skin beautiful and fresh, but without drying it out. Cleansing oils are also really good, particularly if you're someone that wears makeup. And if you're just looking for a sort of a basic cleanser, make sure it's either a lotion or a gel. Those are usually the best kind of cleansers for someone with dry skin. It'll leave your skin really nice and clean, but soft and hydrated. And then in terms of exfoliating your skin, you have to be gentle. So the good news is there are lots of exfoliants, chemical exfoliants that work for dry skin, but with dry skin, people are more prone to having sensitive skin or their skin being irritated, so be gentle. If you're new to exfoliating, I would recommend something gentle like a lactic acid toner or serum. This will help get rid of dead cells, which will make your skin smooth and bright and beautiful, but without irritating it. If you're someone who is not new to exfoliating acids and exfoliants, you can use something like a low concentration glycolic toner, something like 5% glycolic acid that can be used safely. You can also use mandelic or malic acid, and they're just gentler exfoliants to use as well. Again, if you're new to this, and we have a video on acid exfoliants if you want to find out the difference between them. People with dry skin don't need things like salicylic acid. It's not really going to give you the benefit that you need, because it's the beauty of beta hydroxy acids is that they're oil soluble and they're better suited for people with oily skin. So I would use something like that. And remember, if you're new to acid exfoliants, just patch test a little area on your forearm or over your collarbone, just to make sure that you're not allergic to it or overly sensitive. What you can also do is, after you apply your acid exfoliant in the mornings or the evenings, you can use vitamin C. I personally would use vitamin C in the mornings. Vitamin C serum is amazing. It will give you glowing, beautiful skin. It's also an antioxidant, so it will protect a little bit from sun damage. So it's really amazing if you want glowing skin. Again, I have a video on vitamin C serums and how to use the best one for you. So I would recommend going off to see that after this video to help you choose. So you've got your exfoliant that you're going to use, probably something gentle like lactic acid if you're a beginner. You want your vitamin C serum. People often ask me about the order to do these things. So you can do the vitamin C and the acid exfoliant in the morning. Acid exfoliant first, then vitamin C serum. Or if you prefer, if it's a little bit much for your skin, you can do the vitamin C serum in the morning and the acid exfoliant in the evening. And then another serum that I would really recommend is hyaluronic acid. You should really be trying to use hyaluronic acid in absolutely everything you can. It is amazing in terms of hydrating the skin. It's incredible in terms of making kind of the skin plumper and juicier, more radiant, and it's safe to use. It's non-irritating. So you can use your hyaluronic acid in a serum, or if you want to simplify your skincare routine, you can use a moisturizer that has hyaluronic acid serum in it. If you use hyaluronic acid as a serum, then make sure you also have a moisturizer. So the moisturizer does something different. The hyaluronic acid will improve hydration, but the moisturizer will also protect the skin from drying out and losing water. So in a moisturizer, again, you can look for one that has hyaluronic acid in it. Look for moisturizers with things that help increase hydration and help with the skin barrier. So look for something with ceramides in it. Look for a moisturizer with glycerin in it. So glycerin is great for dry skin. These are just some of the ingredients that will really help. Again, things with shea butter. Shea butter is fantastic for dry skin, and jojoba oil is also excellent. So these are things that will help provide moisture to the skin, will help protect the skin from losing water, and help build up the skin's sort of water barrier as well. So it's incredible, and a moisturizer is absolutely essential if you have dry skin. In terms of moisturizers, look for a really creamy moisturizer. Something a little oily is going to be much better than a gel moisturizer, which is more appropriate for someone with more oily skin. And then absolutely use SPF during the day, whether you're indoors or outdoors. I generally recommend SPF 50 upwards, but a minimum of SPF 30. Again, SPF can feel drying to the skin, so look for something that is designed for use on dry skin. You can also find some good moisturizers that have SPF built in them. So that's something, if you're looking to simplify and reduce the number of steps in your skincare routine, the SPF is an absolute must. And then in the evenings, you would again cleanse as you did in the morning, and remove makeup as per usual if you wear any makeup. If you used your acid exfoliant in the morning, don't bother with it in the evening. If you didn't use it in the morning, you can use it in the evening. And with most people, one thing I forgot, if you're starting out on an acid exfoliant, you really only need to use it once or twice a week initially, and then with time you can build it up a bit more, but initially once or twice a week. And then after that step, you would be looking to introduce a retinoid. So unless you're pregnant, breastfeeding, planning to get pregnant, or you have an allergy or a reason not to use retinol or retinoids, then really it's a great step to introduce into your skincare routine. Retinoids help with cell turnover, so they help get rid of dead skin cells, and they also help bring newer cells to the surface. Usually people who use retinoids over time will notice smoother skin, brighter skin. It'll treat any sun damage or hyperpigmentation. It'll also help improve and reduce the appearance of lines and wrinkles, so it's amazing. So use a retinoid that's usually going to be a retinol or any of its derivatives. Some people will be on tretinoin if you have a doctor that can provide that for you. So whatever, a retinoid will be really good to use. And then one thing to be aware of is retinoids can dry the skin, so you should start on a lower dose and then build up. Please use a moisturizer at night as well. Even if you're not using retinoids, if you have dry skin, use a moisturizer at night. If you're someone who doesn't want to do an exfoliating step, what you can do, there are some overnight moisturizer kind of face masks that you can use. So it's a moisturizer you apply at night, but it has a little exfoliant in it, so that you can basically, your skin can exfoliate gently and you've done the moisturizer step together. So again, it's just about whether you want to simplify your routine or whether you're someone who likes trying out different products and the flexibility of that. These are really my top tips for that. And then I would recommend once a week or once every other week using a face mask that is exfoliating, so something like an enzyme mask. There are some fantastic ones that you can just buy online or in the shops, and I have the link to our skincare routines page has that, and also make sure you follow that up with a hydrating mask, so something like hyaluronic acid, or you can put just a really intensely hydrating moisturizer on after your mask, and that'll really just help improve your skin's texture and quality and radiance as well. I hope you found these tips useful. If you have any questions about dry skin, caring for dry skin, and how to just improve your skincare, please leave a comment below. If you are interested in finding out more about building out your skincare routine, head over to our website. I've left a link below. Until next time, stay beautiful.